Hi there, HD Rider here. Today we're going to be taking a look in our continuing series on menu books. And today it will be the menu book number 11, French Hot Hatches. You'll be required to use a vehicle that's manufactured in Europe. So at this point in time, if you have a moment, please like and subscribe the video. And we'll get right into menu book number 11. Okay, here we go. Okay, so starting from the world screen, we're going to go to the cafe and we're going to go to menu books and menu book 11 collection French Hot Hatches. So you have 3 races. First one is at Sardinia, and the recommended car to use is the Megane RS Trophy 11. Believe we have that. I don't believe we have that actually, so we'll figure out which car to use. So we got the 3 races. One's at Sardinia, one's at Deep Forest, and the last one I will have to go and figure out. So here we go. So first off, we will learn more. Let's see. For this menu, I'd like to collect 3 modern French hot hatches. DS France's biggest automakers. You'll earn a nice reward. So as always, we're going to look for the first race where you get the Clio. So they will all be in Europe. So we're looking for, let's see what race we're looking for. We're looking for the European Sunday Cup. Okay, so the first one is at all. No, that's not it. Maybe it's at Brands Hatch. Yes, so the first one we want is at Brands Hatch, and as always, even though we have the car already, we get another one because later on, when the car evaluation service opens up in the used car lot, you can sell the second vehicle. Okay, so let's see what we have to work with in French cars. So actually we can use any of these. So we got the Clio, the Scirocco, the Polo, Mini Cooper. We could use any one of these actually, but I'm gonna go with the Clio. And let's see what we've got. We've got Racing Soft on. Suggested PP's 500. So let's yeah, we're not going to use Comfort Soft, so we'll just go buy ourselves a set of Sport Soft, and we'll install the Sport Soft on the car. And then we will enter the race. Okay, so our first race is at Brands Hatch. And getting into the race from the start, we're looking for around the 1 board. We're going to brake and stay in 4th gear coming through. As we come up to the bridge, we are going to brake just before the bridge and break the red mark on the left barrier. And as we get here, you'll see the last marshal. You're going to accelerate and braking at the 1 board, dropping down to 3rd, powering out. We can use extra parts of the track here, so use everything to your advantage. And again, we're looking for the 1 board. We're going to brake at the 1 board, trail braking through the corner and powering out in 3rd gear. Now coming up to the next turn, there's going to be a split with a red marker on the right in the guardrail. You're going to brake there and drop down to 4th and power out through the turn. Now we're looking for a marker on the barrier, a red one on the left. Drop down to third, back up into fourth. Now just before the one board on the left, there's a green marker. We're going to brake there. Take this corner as much of it as we possibly can. The little marshal on the right is your braking point for this one, powering out in third. Coming up to this one, there's a green marker on the left rail that you're going to brake at. And we're going to stay in fourth, or drop to third on this one, and power out. Now we're looking for the two board on the left, or the end of the barrier on the right where it switches. And we're going to brake there, drop down into fourth, and power out. And again, just before the bridge. Going down to second, watching for the marshal on the left, the last marshal on the left-hand side. Acceleration point. Accelerate out of the corner. Brake again at the one board or the end of the red and white curbing on the right. And coming in here again, at one board. Dropping into third. Powering out of the corner. And I'd like to take this point on the straight to ask you to like and subscribe to the video. And coming up again at the end of there's a red marker on the right. Powering out. Green marker on the left barrier before the one board. Powering out of the corner in fourth. And again the green marker on the left for the one board. Powering out, we're looking for the marshal on the right. I'm going to brake at the marshal. Come out in third gear. And we run into a little problem with the AI here. He's braking a little bit earlier. Notice again the green marker on the left barrier. And we kind of bumped into him there, but powering out of the corner. And there we go, P1. Alright, so that's the end of that race, and we pick up the Clio. For winning this race. And we'll just carry on out of the menu system here. And collect our car. Again, we collect the extra cars so that once we open up the car evaluation center in the used car lot, we can sell the car, make a few extra credits. Moving on to the next race, we are going to Deep Forest Raceway. So for Deep Forest, I have installed the racing hards. In my testing, I could not beat the hard level AI with these sports soft on this race, so I switched to the hards. Coming into the first turn, we're looking for the 100 board or the yellow marker on the barrier on the right as our braking point, and we're going to drop down into third, stay in third. We're looking for the yellow marker on the right side to have our acceleration point. We're going to come in here, slight tap on the brakes going into the corner. Not this time, but staying in fourth through this with a slight tap, then drop down to third. Powering out of the corner in third. We're looking for the marks on the road to braking point. And again, we're looking for the start of the bridge as our acceleration point. Coming into this one here, right at the beginning of the barrier, we're just going to tap the brakes a little bit. Stay in fourth gear. Where the pavement changes to light, we're going to brake there and drop down into the third. Again, using as much of the track as we possibly can. And powering out in fourth gear. Coming through here, We're looking for the 150 marker on the right hand side. We're going to brake at the 150 marker. We're going to drop down into second, and we're going to try to keep our speed up at 60 kilometers an hour in the second gear, using as much of the track as we can. And we're going to power out in second and going down the straight. Pretty straightforward, still using as much of the track as you can. Coming in here, we're going to keep to the left and get as close to that barrier as we can. And now we're looking for the 150 marker on the right side as we are at full speed. And we're going to brake into there, dropping down to third gear, looking for the yellow marker on the right side to use as our acceleration point. We bring it up to about 80%, and then once we're straight enough, we put on full. Again, coming into here, slight tap on the brakes, another 50% brakes for this corner, dropping down to third gear, looking for the tire marks on the road as our braking point, and again the beginning of the bridge is our acceleration point. You'll see that I hold it at about 80% until I'm sure. Okay, just slight tap on the brakes through that corner, change in the tarmac, drop down to third, powering out of third. And again, we're looking for the 150 marker on the right, and we're going to drop down to second and try to maintain 60 kilometers an hour for the hairpin. Alright, braking down, gearing down, using all of the track that we can, maintaining the 60 kilometers an hour and powering out. And again, using as much of the track as you can and keeping to the left as close to the barrier as you can get and powering out. And there you have it, P1. It's a fun race. Like I said, I had to switch to the racing hards to beat the AI for the hard level. Probably could have done it with the sports soft, but just didn't want to take the time. Alright, so with this one we won the DS Automobiles DS 3 Racing 11. And then moving on to the last race, we'll be going to Sardinia. And I believe it is it's Sardinia Road Track B, which is the shorter track. Alright, so I've switched back to the sports soft, and unfortunately I had a recording glitch with the original recording, so at the end I won't be able to show you the cut screens for the car win, but this is the race. So coming into this, we're looking for the 100 board on the right. We're going to brake just past that for the first time through, dropping down to third, staying in third. You got to watch the AI because they'll smash into you. Anyway, powering out into third. We're going to lift a little bit here in the corner, and we're looking for the yellow truck on the right as a braking point, down into third. And coming up to this corner here, we're looking for the start of the barrier on the left, and down into third, powering out of third. Little bit of a short shift there, fifth gear. So coming in, we're going to just go under the little bridge there and looking for the 150, braking at the 150, going down to third gear, using as much of the track as we can again, powering out in third. We're looking for the beginning of the red and white barrier on the right, and that's our braking point. Drop down to third. Coming into the next corner here, we're going to lift a little bit And we're looking for the first billboard on the right or the dark barrier, dark spot on the barrier as our braking point, staying in 4th gear and powering through the straights. Again, if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. And coming down the straight, we're looking for the red marker by the 100 board on the barrier as our braking point, either just before it or right at it. And again, down into 3rd gear. AI, if you just noticed, bumped me in the rear end there. Coming through here, a little lift in this corner, and looking again for the red or the yellow car on the right. And 3rd gear, looking for the beginning of the red and white barrier on the left as our braking point. Dropping down into 3rd gear, using as much of the track as we can. And again, coming up into the next sequence. Watch that barrier on the right. It comes at you. You can clip that barrier. So at the 150 board, we're going to brake, get over to the left, power out of the corner in 3rd gear, looking for the red and white barrier on the right as our braking point, dropping down to 3rd. And a little bit of a lift in this corner. Again, looking for the first billboard on the right or the dark spot in the barrier as our braking point. And there you have it, P1. Alright, P1. Very good. And like I said, I had a bit of a glitch with the recording. Okay, so unfortunately, at the start of the last race, I had a recording glitch and it did not record my original race, so I had to redo the race on a brand new recording. So I'm unable to show you the prize winning screens, cut screens, but at this point we will go back to the cafe and we'll just quickly show you here that the menu book number 11. So if we go back to our archive and go to the collection of French hatches, in the last race at Sardinia, I believe it was the Peugeot 208 GTI that we collected. And once we got back into the cafe, we were rewarded a two-star ticket. And Luca described, did his description thingy on the French hot hatches. Okay, so that completes our menu book number 11, French hot hatches. Hopefully this has helped you to be able to complete this on your own. Just wanted to take this moment to ask you to like and subscribe to my videos and my channel. Any comments that you may have, please leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll see you next time. And if you have an interest, take a look at one of these videos. Thank you very much. Ciao for now.